name is David Lucas. I have been for the last 6.5 years the first team goalkeeper coach at Fleetwood Town.
Cool.
And I enjoy it very much.
Good. Cheers for coming. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks for having me in your beautiful house.
So hi, thanks for coming. I didn't think... Well, we said the pub initially, didn't we? But I didn't realise that they had a pub quiz on until the other day. But yeah, no, thanks for coming. The first guest on From the Finney.
Guest.
It's weird because I've known you for like, what, 2-3 years?
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously Preston boy.
Yeah, Deepdale boy, born and bred. Spent my childhood playing football in and around
The
Deepdale
stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah.
There used to be, where the car park is now, there used to be sort of a couple of five.
The one at the back?
The one what is now, I think, the on the that's how old I am. I can't remember the name of the stand.
Behind the
old pavilion. Used to call it the pavilion.
Yeah.
Stand. The Invincible stand.
Yeah.
Invincibles. On that car park there used to be two five-a-side pitches and a grass pitch next to it, and there used to be various five-a-side leagues going on, age groups, football coaching stuff, and it's where myself and Kev Kilban, Paul Dean, who I mentioned earlier, Chris Borrick, all those sort of lads where we grew up playing football. Farrell Kilban, Fowlers, all the Fowlers, the Preston legends that are the Fowlers.
Yeah, because Kilban was a year of...
Oh, John Fowler played for Preston as well. He was obviously a Preston lad, and him and Farrell were with John Beck at Cambridge as YTs. So John Beck brought them back to Preston. John Fowler on loan, I think, from Cambridge, if my memory serves me right, and obviously Farrell signed. But yeah, that's all Roman Catholic boys from Preston. All ex-Corpus Christi boys as well.
So how did the move to Preston? Obviously you were an apprentice, were you?
Yeah. Well,
was it all sort of through the schools and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
initially?
It started off from St Greg's, which is obviously the school up the road from Deepdale.
Yeah.
Our school teacher there, who used to run the football teams, Mr Keith Aspinall, was, just a legend of a guy. He used to run the town team as well. But St Greg's back in the day, if you even take it back to obviously Alan Kelly's era, just known for having good football teams and producing good players and winning most of the stuff in primary school. And then Mr Aspinall obviously used to run the ball boys as well, with a couple of other guys, and he obviously had an in at P&E, and people trusted his word because obviously he coached the town team as well, so
different back in that
it was. I think it was almost just the natural progression. You were in the town team, then you'd go to what was it? I think you used to call it the School of Excellence or something like that. And then that was probably from 10 years old doing that. And then my first coach at P&E was actually his son is my best mate now, and he was my best man. I was his best man. A guy called John Collinson, who's sadly no longer with us, died a couple of years ago. But he was my first coach at P&E. Yeah. Big John.
Were you a North End fan then?
Of course, yeah. It's funny because I remember being invited by Mr Aspinall to be one of the ball boys.
Yeah.
And it was, I can't remember, it must have been only 7 or 8, something like that. So I never really even knew what went on behind, obviously the stadium I used to walk past every day to go to school, and didn't really understand what went on in there. And then as soon as we went there as ball boys, it sort of blew your mind a little bit how big it was.
Yeah, I remember when I first went, it was a night game, and just seeing all the lights and like all that sort of stuff, just never experienced anything like it.
It was just a brilliant time as well, because I remember going on, this is a vague memory of this, when it was still a grass pitch, and I think the goalie was called John Platt, I half remember, and Peter Litchfield. But I don't know why I was on, who I was on with, and maybe got free tickets for the Cubs or something like that. Yeah. But and then when obviously I started being a ball boy, that was the 86-87 season, which is still my favourite team ever.
Yeah, that's a bit before me.
That's still. So when all through my career, I've met people from that team played in a charity game with John Thomas. He was like, Jesus, it's John Thomas. And Osher Williams worked for the PFA, the education side, so when Osher used to come in wherever I always made a big fuss of Osh. So just legend. And then obviously being friends with Alan Kelly, him being a bit, whenever I'm not sure about anything goalkeeping wise, I always turn to Kells.
Yeah.
Just brilliant to think of people like that as you know them.
Still
get a bit tongue-tied around them.
Yeah. So how did your progression sort of from the youth through to signing pro?
It happened so quick. Obviously, I left school in June, whatever it was, June '94, and then obviously stepped straight into life as a YTS, and then pretty much a couple of months later I was on the bench for the first team.
Quick as that.
At 16 years old, just because of the makeup of the squads. Then in those days, you didn't have 4 first team keepers and stuff like that. You didn't have an under 23s. You definitely had no development squad. It was first team resis,
and that was it.
2 keepers, and then your youth team keeping. There's obviously me and another lad in the youth team, Spencer Harrison. But I just remember, because obviously I was a Preston fan, I remember just being like a sponge, just
taking it
amazed
all
by it all, and just obviously it really suited me. Took just seemed quite natural at it, and progressed pretty quickly.
Happy days.
And then I ended up actually signed my professional contract pretty much on my 17th birthday. So brilliant.
Can't ask for much more than that on your 17th.
Could have asked for a bit more money.
Well,
it wasn't much.
You don't want to push it at that age.
No, and then obviously getting involved with the England under 18 squad as well. So
it was 18s and 20s, wasn't it?
18s, yeah. We never had the 19s games. I think we sort of skipped straight from under 18s 1 year, because I don't know, it was 96 we had the under 18 European Championships, and 97 were the under 20 World Cup. So we that was how we did it. But
how was that then for you, from like a personal thing? Was it a surprise? Did you have like an idea that it was coming, or
no? I think people can recommend. I'm not sure. I think people can recommend you, sort of thing. Never went to any
trials or
anything
like that.
Just my first thing was invited into one of the squad. We played Denmark at Walsall, and just straight into it. Meet at Little Shoal. You're in the squad, and that was actually I was playing a year up then. I was only in the first year YT under 17s, and then I was in the under 18 squad. So I think that was my only taste of it that year. And then the next year, second year, I was just in it full. Me and myself and Richard Wright were the goalies.
Yeah.
With a few household names: Rio Ferdinand, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen, Emil Heskey. So we had a good bunch.
So at that point then, with those players, were you sort of looking at them and thinking like, bloody hell, they're good? Or
no, I think you grew up. We were kids. We were all kids. You know what I mean? They weren't first team players then.
Of course. But were you not?
But they were good players, obviously. But I think you were all at a level at that. So there wasn't. We were all coming together. By the time we got to the European Championships in '96, we were all good mates, because we've been in a good few squads together.
Yeah.
We were good pals, and it was. We were all used to each other. And then actually in the 96, a few of us were involved in the Euro 96 squad, training with the team, picking the kits up, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a real sort of life experience that, that at the time when you're a young kid, you just go, all right, that's the next thing. I'm used to being around these sorts of things. So, but now when you look back years later, you realise how what an experience it was.
Yeah. So did stuff like that then, did that help you, do you reckon, sort of in that early part of your career, to not mature, but to sort of realise where you were? And
yeah, I think so. I think it just made you more aware of probably a higher standard of football, and you were used to it a bit more. And I know what you mean. So then
because you get a lot of kids, don't you, that maybe get to that level and then drop off. And
and I think it just. After that, nothing pretty much came as a surprise. You were just used to training with the first team every day, so it was a natural progression. We've got the same thing with a young kid. We've got at Fleetwood under 20 goalkeeper Billy Crellin, who's just gone on to Chorley, and he trains with our first team every day. He's maturing all the time, and he's got all the attributes to be a top keeper. Just because we've fed it into him gently, just training with the first team, so he's not overawed by anything. That he's been training with the first team since, similar to me, since he was 16, 17. So he's just
getting used to it.
He's just bubbling along nicely. He's just, we're not trying to fast track his development too much, but he's like a naughty little puppy at the minute, pulling at the leash. So because he's a big boy, like, so his body's maturing. He's probably a bit quicker than his mind, but he's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, one to keep an eye on then. So, in terms of you making your debut for North End, that was the game that we won the 3rd division title, was it?
Yeah.
96.
Stuff dreams are made of, really.
I was going to say, was it just complete?
No, but yeah, a little bit. But I say my recollection might be slightly different of it. But I'd already made my league debut that season on the loan to Darlington, who were in the same division as Preston, funnily enough. But we had a good few games for Dal, I think about 6 or 7. So I'd done that. I'd crossed that milestone. I played in the league. So
because loans were a bit different back then, weren't they? I vaguely remember when I started watching North End that you would get players coming on loan for like a month or 2 months, and then they'd go. Yeah,
it was.
Whereas now it's a minimum of 6 months, isn't it now?
Yeah, that's definitely changed. But I think even when I went to Sheffield Wednesday on loan, I think unless you, I can't remember. This is me trying to remember. I remember it was done on the total days. I remember when I went to Sheffield Wednesday, I thought it was going to be 3 months. Yeah. And it ended up being something like 90 days or something weird. Yeah, so I ended up missing out on a game that I thought I was going to play because of the number of days and something weird, something that some busy person had decided. But then you could, like I say, I think it was a month, and then you could renew it up to 3 months or whatever it was. Right. But I'd been to Dal on loan, got brought back, funnily enough, because we were playing Preston in the 8th game or whatever, so Gary Peters wouldn't let me play in that game, so they had to bring another goalie in to play in that game, so he just kept him, just that's the way the money was, and he wasn't going to pay 2 long goalies. So I came back to Preston, and then we won promotion against Orient the Saturday before. Yeah. Went up to Hartlepool. Varney was ill, so he couldn't play, so I think didn't tell me till the Saturday morning. So obviously, I think there was no chance Finney was going to play anyway, because I remember him. I think Baz the physio brought him up in his car, but he quarantined him. So I think in a different part of the hotel. And then Saturday morning came around, you're playing. But it was easy. There was no pressure on me. We were already promoted. It wasn't as if.
I suppose as making your debuts go.
It was pretty easy because it's different now. I wasn't playing with a bunch of kids. There was only Kev, who was obviously a year older than me. Kev Kilban, Paul Sparrow, fullback. And the rest were geezers. Moisey and Russ Wilcox in front of me. Dean Barrett left back, and then midfield Bryce, Cy Davey, Fenners, and Wilco and Andy Saville up front. Yeah, so you're just men. You're playing with men. You're not playing. You're not. So it was an easy introduction. So
obviously won the title as well, didn't you?
Won the title, clean sheet, and a fuzzy head the next morning.
So you just mentioned Gary Peters, and obviously you had David Moyes in front of you when you made your debut. Obviously played under Moisey. You also played under John Beck as well, didn't you?
No. I signed as a YTS under John Beck. Sam Allardyce was my youth team manager. He signed us.
Oh, right.
Believe it or not. But he left after a couple of weeks. He went to take over at Blackpool.
Right, interesting.
So Sam was officially my youth team manager, and then Gavin Nebeling and Chris Sully took over for the next couple of years. But yeah, John Beck, my first season. Well, he must have not lasted too long, because Gary Peters definitely signed me in November. So maybe John Beck made it to the beginning of November, because I know Gary Peters hadn't been a manager long before I signed.
And then obviously Moisey as well.
The main man, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories of him, definitely. I
think we all have. He's.
Was it weird for you seeing him go from player to a manager, or was it kind of something that you thought he'd step up to do anyway?
No, because me and Paul McKenna used to be on us all the time, so he was definitely always going to be a manager, because he was just on us all the time, and we used to be like, because he was like captain. No, he wasn't. Bryce was captain, wasn't he? He was assistant manager, but he was a. Like I said, he was just on us, keeping us right, making sure we weren't getting too carried away with ourselves. And obviously, even up till me and Ken were about 21, 22, he'd still be on us.
Yeah.
Still treat us like kids, but obviously with the right reason, for the right reasons.
Yeah, he needs to keep you sort of on track and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that season that we got to the playoffs, played Birmingham.
What do you think? It was a ridiculous night, but it was similar to the Hartlepool thing. As a kid from Deepdale, playing for his local team, if you could have asked me then, what would you love to achieve? I'd have probably said,
saving a penalty and a penalty
make my debut, win promotion, win championship, and be involved in a night like the Torquay night, which was my last night as a fan on Deepdale, and I was involved in one pretty similar. So, so we, when you're looking back, you're just buzzing at things like that. But like I said, same as everything. When you're a footballer, you get start taking yourself a bit too serious, and you think like take these things for granted. But looking back now, you're like, not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We'll take it right.
Definitely. Yeah, because we were losing 2-1, weren't we?
No, we got beat at St Andrews 1-0, and to be fair, that was probably the best, most fierce atmosphere I played in. Pretty much in my career. There's a couple. No, there's one I played in one last game of the season at Millwall, was a bit tasty as well. But we did well to get out there 1-0.
Yeah.
We took it. I think Birmingham thought they'd done it. They'd done all the hard work, and then people had written us off. So I watched
a common thing that we know.
I watched the extended highlights. Funny enough, on Friday night in the hotel, just after dinner.
This Friday just gone.
Just gone. Here we're in a hotel with Fleetwood and Doncaster. I was on YouTube watching a few different things for years, and I watched the extended highlights on that, and we absolutely battered them.
Yeah.
We battered them. Apart from the one where the goal he scored, and the one where Lazaridis scores around me and Rob Edwards gets it, and we end up scoring from. I don't think they had too many chances. I think we just steamrolled them, and all led by the main man, our captain, Mr. Gregan.
Yeah, what a player he was.
Just a guy. To be fair, he just symbolised us as a group, really.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of my main memories, is that maybe a bit similar to how we were in League One coming up under Simon Grayson, just grafters.
Yeah.
Bit of quality in there as well, but it's very together.
I only watched a few games. I went on the semi-final against Chesterfield, was it?
Yeah.
When Joe Garner roughed up Ian Everett.
Yeah.
But yeah, similar sort of makeup and similar sort of managers. Honest and just require the pound of flesh, like you've got to give everything you've got, but nothing weird and wonderful. Just good, honest bunch of lads playing for each other.
Yeah.
And I know Simon was my manager at Leeds for a little bit, and obviously I know him quite well from seeing him apart from that, but he's just a straightforward, genuine, honest guy.
Yeah, no messing.
Yeah.
So going into that penalty shootout then, were you shitting your pants? Were you
totally
ready for it?
No, this is what year we're in now. This is how many years later? 18 years later.
Yeah.
So no, I think Moisey made it so easy for me because Birmingham had been in the League Cup final against Liverpool, got beat on penalties that year. So he made it on. He just showed me the penalty shootout of Liverpool against Birmingham. He actually pulled me in his office. And I thought, I'm getting dropped here.
Not the game you want to get dropped.
You think, you just overactive in mind, and he just had this. He had the tape and the video, and he just said, right, if these guys who took a penalty in the cup final take a penalty again, I believe if they take a penalty in Millennium Stadium in front of 80,000, whatever it is, and choose to go X, Y, Z way, whatever.
Yeah.
If tonight they'll do the same.
And
he was spot on. The lads who I think it might have been 4 of the 5 or all 5. It might have been, but they all went the same way he told me to go.
Yeah, because you went the right way for I think 4 of them. Did you?
So he, like I said, from my recollection of it, the majority of the lads who he said would take them took them and went the way that he said they would.
Yeah.
So it made
your job easy.
I don't know why I didn't save more.
Should have saved them all.
So
what was it like after then? Did you just everyone go out, or was it?
Yeah, we definitely went out, but even the other night I watched the highlights, and there was a little bit on the highlights in the at the end of us in the dressing room. It's just me opening a big bottle of champagne and spraying him, and I've got no recollection of it. Not because I was drunk, but just because
it's just one of them things, isn't it?
No idea. And then I watched a game straight onto a game in '99. We beat Wrexham away 5-0. And I sort of had a vague. I knew we won 5-0. I knew Jacko scored a header. But I made quite a few saves in this game. I've got no memory of it whatsoever. It's like you think, oh, that would trigger a memory, but not at all.
Nothing at all. It's mad, isn't it?
Too many bangs to the head, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you suppose as a young player, though, you spend that much time fretting about, oh, this is the biggest game in the world. You know, whenever you're playing, you get yourself G'd up for it and all that. 20 years later, you can't even remember what happened in the game.
It's weird, isn't it?
You know, it's funny. I could probably only me and we were talking about it with Joe, our manager Joey Barton, saying you cannot remember that many. You know, all the game you probably only remember a handful of games that stick in your memory. And even when there's a thing in the Evening Post every week, a retro thing, and it has reproduces some of the match reports from the games, and I'm in quite a lot of them. And I'm like, I don't remember playing that game. Don't remember the scoreline. Don't remember anything about that game.
I know when I spoke to Matt a few months back. He was saying, Matt Hill, he was saying the same thing. He was like,
it's mad though,
some games stick out like a sore thumb for no reason whatsoever. Yeah. And then he was like,
I think you probably get it. A lot of home games you probably couldn't differentiate because it's all Deepdale, it's all Hillsborough, whatever. So it's all sort of few blendings together. Away games are a bit easier because
you've got the
different grounds, and whether you had a stinker or not might apply to that as well.
Yeah. Cool. We'll have a bit of a break, and I've got some questions for you for part 2.
Brilliant.
Cool. So welcome back to part 2. Still here with Dave Lucas. Yeah, so I think we'll start off with sort of leading on from that Birmingham semi-final. Probably it is complete opposite, but the final against Bolton obviously didn't end how I think anyone would have wanted it to. But
no, I think it. If we're totally honest with us as a group, probably the semi-final sort of took a bit too much energy out of us. Yeah. I think even looking back of it, like I said, I watched it in the hotel on Friday, the extended highlights. Even after it, you've got like sort of Moisey in the tunnel hugging everyone as he went past, and I think we sort of, you see sometimes, a little bit. I think all our emotional energy sort of went in that, and then after that, after you've used all that, you've only got sort of nervous edge. We never give a great account of ourselves in the final, but it looks a bit worse than what it was because they scored 2 in right at the death, didn't they, on the counter when Colin Murdoch decided to try and play number 10 for some reason.
I vaguely remember that.
Wide open.
Yeah, well, Matt, at the time, I think my dad had gone down with a load of his mates, so me and my mum went down, and it's probably one of my earliest memories of North End, to be honest, because like I said, I was only I was born in 92, so that was 2001. Yes, I'd been 9 years old.
Jesus. Also, I was 23. I think I was 22, 23. 23? Not sure. Ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, and it was funny because I played in the playoff final 2005 for Sheff Wednesday, the day before P&E played West Ham. And we won, we got promoted. And I remember watching the P&E game the day after and thinking, they've done the same thing again here. They've not give a true account of themselves over the season. they've not quite done it in the final. It's a shame, but these things happen.
So what was it like, sort of, in the build-up to the game against Bolton? Obviously, they had a good squad as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they
had like Michael Ricketts and Ricardo Gardner.
Premier League players, weren't they? All of them. They've been in that sort of situation numerous times. So where we were sort of new to it, it was just another game to them. I remember we went to the Vale of Glamorgan Hotel. Probably, again, this is me trying to remember something that happened years ago. At least spent 3 days there, I think, and just thought about the game forever. Yeah. So a bit of overkill if you remember. But like I said, it might have been different at the time. It might not have been quite that long, but it seemed like we were, it was definitely built up. But for the right reasons, to prepare properly.
Get used to being down there and all that sort of stuff. And
then I remember we went to the stadium the night before the afternoon before, whatever it was. Yeah. To have a look around. So everything that could be done was done for us. Just on the I remember the pitch was terrible. I remember that much. Watching it back, everyone kept slipping. The pitch weren't great because obviously the roof, and it was. The third game in 3 days and all that, so that weren't great, but he just won them at the end of the day. It was their time, not ours.
Yeah. So afterwards, what was it? Was it a bit? Everyone obviously down and.
Yeah, down, but then also remember we came up from
league
below. We won that league 12 months before. Yeah. So. I think actually after the immediate disappointment when we got back to the hotel, because we stayed over at the hotel, we had a bit of a get together for our families and everything. So we.
So you went down with all your families?
No, the families came. They went down the night before and stayed in a different hotel. Then after the game, they came to our hotel. We had a bit of a knees up, but I think then recollection that actually we have done something pretty special. We just came up. A bit
9 minutes short, basically.
And I don't think we added too many players to the squad. I think only thing we did, we got Cressy in full time, but apart from that, I don't think we added too many players. We obviously had a couple of loanies, Brian McBride and Maya, people like that who came in. But apart from that, it was pretty much the same lads who'd come up from the league below. So in the Caldwell day, it was an unbelievable effort. Nearly got to the Prem.
Yeah. It was, like I said, for me looking back, my first sort of taste of like playoffs and getting close, and it was
no offense relationship with the playoffs.
Yeah, well, 10th time, wasn't it, in League One?
I thought it was 10th.
10th time.
Jeez, yeah. I don't know how many can I remember. I remember a couple against. I remember when I used to be a ball boy, Port Vale, Torquay, a few others. Oh, Gillingham. Oh yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah, and there's the Bolton one, the West Ham one. I think the year after the West Ham one, we got knocked out in the semis by Leeds.
Oh, was it Leeds?
When Brett broke his leg.
Yeah, that was my mate, Johnny Douglas.
Oh, was it?
No, it wasn't. Dougie never broke his leg.
No, yeah.
It was
Dougie
who was in the challenge. But and then I remember the one at Sheffield United as well.
Yeah,
Greg Halford.
Greg Halford, yeah. And I think John Parkin was playing in
European
that as well.
Super Cup winner Andy Lonergan in it. But wow, what an achievement for him.
Can't knock it, definitely not.
Oh, I tell you what, to go there like he did and prove himself over a month or so, and then
well, that was the thing. It was such a short period as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think pretty much as soon as he went there, he played in the States a game against Seville. Listen, Liverpool don't give people contracts out.
No, they're not.
So
Just
Lonners has done something there to
impress one of the best managers in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, yeah, fair play to him.
Still crap at golf. He's not really. He's good.
I don't play golf, so. Yeah. So, in terms of Moisey, then, what was he like as a manager? Was he?
He was just full on. He was just.
Was he different from player to manager?
No, he was always
the same.
Yeah,
always respected as well.
Miserable.
Scottish, isn't it?
I wasn't, but he was quite stern.
Yeah.
But now looking back, he knew where he was going.
Yeah.
And whether we were going along with him was up to us, sort of thing. He was.
Because it was the year. Was it the year after the Bolton final that he left to Everton?
Yeah, he went about Easter time, wasn't it? It was after Christmas, definitely.
I thought it was before, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was definitely after New Year. Might have been. Again, my memory of things are up for debate.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it was. It was I thought it was definitely after Christmas.
Yeah.
But he just used to, before obviously all these massive backroom staffs that they have now and all this. He did everything. He even did the warm ups on the pitch before the game.
Yeah.
I think he even did that when he went to Everton for a period. But he was hands on. I'm guessing obviously he was influenced by Fergie. He just wouldn't leave anything.
No stone unturned.
And his training was very good. We used to do a lot of analysis probably before other teams did. He was one of them. He was at the cutting edge of most things, and like I said, he was quite stern. But if you got into his office, he was good as gold. He could see the human side of him. Then he
always made time for the players.
Yeah, he was one of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We loved him. Do
you reckon that made things easier for him and you? The fact that he was one of you and then sort of made that step up. He maybe already got that level of respect.
Well, I think you just got respect because he was genuine.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know what I mean. His ethos was hard work.
Yeah.
There was no secret to it. Hard work. Everyone works the balls off day in day out. Training was like matches. You knew where you stood. You knew what you had to do. There was no sort of. I'm not feeling it today. I have a bit of a course today. He'd be on you. He wouldn't miss a thing. So, and we all got used to it. And I remember when people used to come in from the outside. I remember when Steve Robinson signed. You know, he found out pretty quickly that this is a standard.
Yeah.
And
no messing.
You've come from. I can't remember where he came from, Robo. Was it Bournemouth? I think it was Bournemouth. And he found out pretty quickly that Mark Rankin and Sean Gregan weren't going to give up their midfield spots too easy. But that's what it was. We were really tight. The first year I was at Sheffield Wednesday, we were a really tight group. But Preston, we're just mates. Everyone was on the same wavelength.
Big group of friends.
Yeah.
And I watched a video with Moisey maybe about a month ago that he did an interview with a YouTube channel called Coach's Voice. Don't know if you know it. Talking about his time at North End, and he said that he was up in Scotland, did his coaching badges, and didn't know if they'd mean the same when he moved down here, so he did them again down here.
Oh yeah.
So he'd done them twice. So I think, like you said, obviously hard work.
No, he knew where he wanted to go after his playing time. I think he just, like most people who are successful, he knew where he wanted to go. It was up to the people around him whether they were going to go with him. Joey says the same thing.
Yeah,
he
doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me.
I think the top people have that self-belief.
You've got to, haven't you? You got to be selfish, haven't you?
Yeah, in the right ways. Yeah.
Do you still speak to him now?
I've not seen him for a while. I know he's just moved to Lytham. I saw him in we have a charity golf day every year in George Ross's memory, and he was there for that. So we had a brief chat. But he's the same guy. He's so easy to speak to. He won't change for anyone.
Who came in after Moisey left?
Callum had it till the end of the season. That season, then Craig Brown came.
Oh yeah,
and Billy Davis.
So did you play? I can't remember the period that you sort of left.
Yeah, Craig and Bill came in.
What were they like compared to Moisey?
They was slightly different. When the first season, as I remember, Craig did most of the coaching. Bill was obviously the assistant. And then towards the end of that season, Bill took over pretty much all the coaching and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a bit. You could see that Bill was good then. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But Craig was lovely, good guy. You know what I mean? This is proper.
Got a good rep, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Football?
I won't have a bad word said against him. You know what I mean? He was just a good football geezer.
Yeah.
And then, but you could see Bill was more of a. Bill wanted to. He was more of a driving force. You could see where he wanted to get to, and how if he was in charge, it would have been slightly different. But they were both good guys. And then to be fair, and then the season after when I went to Sheffield Wednesday on loan, I was ready to leave. I'd been there for too long. You know what I mean?
Change of scenery.
Yeah, definitely. It was just time to go. You know what I mean? And then I went to Sheffield Wednesday on loan, and as soon as I got there, I was like, oh, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. Not just because just a new challenge. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just
yeah.
to try and to go and do something away on your own, and it felt like just so natural. And I had a year left at Preston, but then.
So how old were you when you went to Sheffield Wednesday?
probably 25.
So probably at that point then where you're thinking
25, 26, yeah.
time to go and
Yeah, just like I say, obviously it helped that it was Chef Wednesday and not Stockport, can't we? You know what I mean?
Yeah, big club.
But big club, and with a remit to get back into the Championship and all that. So I went there for 3 months on loan that season, and then obviously they bought me in the summer.
Yeah.
So it was just time to go. And even when I left Swindon, when I wanted to get back up north, I started a year left at Swindon, and I trained at P&E for a bit. I thought, it'd be great. As soon as I sort of got into Springies, it feels like it did when I was leaving. You know,
Nothing's different.
Yeah, it felt, I've done this.
Yeah,
I've been here before. You know, which is different to people, because when Grezza went back, he loved it. I just felt like, and then to be fair, that's what it was.
So did you have the opportunity to sign back for North?
No, I think they were waiting for Ian Turner. Ian Turner, is that it? Yeah. Ian Turner.
Yeah,
they were waiting for him because they wanted him from Everton.
Yeah.
So Phil Brown just said, and I was waiting for my stuff at Swindon to be sorted out, because I knew I was good chance of going to Rochdale.
Right.
But that, so it's all paperwork.
Waiting for
so
that.
I was like waiting for that to go. So it was a chance just to
keep fit.
Get my family back up to Preston and me take over training. I played the game up in Falkirk. Falkirk, and I played a half-hour game at Morecambe. So it was just training, really.
Were they pre-season games?
Yeah, pre-season games.
I vaguely remember them. I think.
So I was training at P&E again, and Lonners was just about to move on to Leeds, so he was knocking about. But it was good to train, but it definitely felt like, of course, if something had happened, it would happen. You take it as it comes. But I was really just waiting for. They were waiting for Ian Turner to come from Everton, and I was waiting for Rochdale thing to get sorted with Swindon and Rochdale were umming and ahhing over.
Faffing over nothing.
50p.
Interesting. Yeah, I forgot completely about that. But obviously now you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember you playing in that game against.
Was
it Falkirk?
It was Falkirk, yeah. It was on a Saturday morning. We drove up from Deepdale. I didn't know any of the lads. Well, I hadn't met any of the lads properly. I'd sort of just turned up and you're playing. Because I hadn't been training. Because I was waiting to get away from Swindon.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to play for Paolo Di Canio, to be honest.
Yeah. Don't blame
you. And I say at some point you think, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And plus, the first time we'd been down south, and we had 2 young kids, and my wife had. Northern people are nicer, aren't they? So my wife wanted to come back home because
wanted the home comforts.
Yeah, of course. We'd done 2 years, and I said 2 years, and then I tried to stretch it for another bit. She was ready to come out, so it all worked out.
Got to listen to the boss, haven't you?
Got to.
As I found out in the last 4 months.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
So obviously you played with Grezza at North End.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it that got sacked? Phil Brown went.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Grezza was in with David Unsworth.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they should have been given more time, or maybe been offered the job? Because they did. I think they won 2 or 3.
Yeah, I remember they won at MK Dons.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And because obviously soon after that he went to Fleetwood, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, because he went because he finished his playing career end of that. Was it that season?
I think it was. Because Phil Brown brought him back in at Deepdale.
Yeah.
And
then
he scored
a free kick in his last game, and then him and Chris Luchetti got a youth team gig the next season till obviously they came to Fleetwood in December, whatever it was. But I'll say it again, like I said, with Moisey United. Yes, because of the buffoon to give it to him instead.
Well, yeah.
Because actually, when Grezzo and Skip were the youth team guys, I used to go in on my day off on a Wednesday and just do a bit of coaching with the youth team when I was at Birmingham. And they had these mad pictures on the wall, like montages of like in the middle of the picture it'd say like champions or winners or something, whatever it was, and it'd be like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson,
people like that,
Federer, you know, and then him. And then there'd be another one, similar size picture on the opposite side of the room, and he'd have the maddest things on these like collages. He'd have like a kitten with a gun and stuff. Ooh, weird, just weird stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some bonkers stuff about him, but
the thing is, especially no matter what you're doing, if you're not true to what you say, what you're saying is legit, you'll get found out eventually. People just stop listening to you, and I think that's what's starting to happen to him anyway.
Yeah, he's not got a job at the minute, I don't think, has he?
But think about it, the lads who he ostracised, Hume, Mells, Coetzee, Basnick, Clark Carlisle, and he brought in, because I remember Coetzee said that he
so you've got Coetzee at
Fleetwood, haven't you? And he said that Coetzee wasn't having him. Coetzee said a few things. He got suspended for a week or two, whatever. Came back. He said he trained on the pitch, and Coetzee was in the sort of reserves or whatever. The opposite.
He sent them all, didn't he? Send them all down to Cotton to train with the youth team or something.
Just weird stuff. But then in this training session where they were against the first team lads who were due to play on the Saturday, Coetzee obviously was running the show, and he said to him after, Coetzee, you're brilliant there. Coetzee said, it's not hard against the shit you brought in.
Moving on. Yeah. Have you ever been offered the chance to work at North End in any capacity?
Not only the thingamabob when I was with Grezzo and Skip on my day off doing the youth, Christian Ketty, doing the helping out the youth team goalkeeper stuff with Jack Cudworth was there as well. But that's it.
Yeah.
Could probably get a gig selling programs or something if I really wanted one.
Ball boy.
Yeah, the ball boy again, yeah. Best job I ever had, that.
So in terms of North End at the moment then, there's 5 keepers on the books, I think. Mm-hmm. Obviously 4 of them at the club at the minute because Maxi's gone up to Scotland on loan. Mm-hmm. I think there's Declan, Michael Crowe, Connor Ripley and young Matt Hudson.
Yeah.
From a goalkeeper's point of view, is that good or is that not good, having that many players for one position?
Oh no, because as long as they're all in slightly different terms of development, it's fine. You need keepers, just for day-to-day running of the club and sessions, and as long as you've got a development program for them all, and a clear plan. of what their role is and what they're there for, that's fine. We've got We've got obviously Matt Gilks, Alex Kearns, Billy Crowing.
Matt Gilks at Fleetwood?
Matt Gilks, yeah.
What the hell? I thought he retired.
No, far from it. And then we've got James Cotton, who we took from Preston when he got released at the end of last season. He's our sort of under 23s, under 18s / sort of crossover keeper.
Right.
Because you definitely need a good number of keepers. Yeah. Then you've got 2 youth team keepers, obviously, but you need a certain number to keep the sessions ticking over.
Yeah. Just because obviously, a lot of fans are not criticising, but getting on the back of like people like Jack Cudworth and saying that he's not good enough and he's the reason that Declan's been having a bit of a bad time. And I think one of the things is that we've got 5 keepers on the books, so it was just one of them things that I thought, is it actually an issue?
No, I think it won't do. It's like let me think of the keepers. Declan and Connor, they're obviously your first team keepers. Michael Crowe, I don't know too much about him, but I'm guessing
he played one professional game.
I'm guessing he'll be third choice, so he'll be there to sit on the bench if anything happened to the other 2, and obviously, and every first team session it'll need 3 keepers.
Right.
They'll be training with the first team every day. Matt Hudson in and around it, because obviously if you've got 4, say 2 2 keepers are training with the first team, doing whatever shape or anything like that.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper coach can take the other 2 and keep them ticking over, so you can.
So it's not unusual to have
no
that many.
As long as, like I say, and plus if you're counting Maxie's up in Scotland, but you definitely need 4.
Yeah.
4.
So
definitely.
it's not unusual
because it only takes. We found that you get 1 injury, then you're down to 3.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, ascending off for something else, and you quickly down to your last 2.
Yeah.
So you definitely 4's standard.
Right.
Definitely, you get. I remember we were at St George's on a goalkeeper conference thing, and one of the lads there was saying that Leicester train with 9 goalies.
Jesus.
9 goalies, because they've got so many different parts of the session going on, and Casper Schmeichel likes to just stay with the goalie coach. So these other keepers are fired off in everything, so Casper can just do his own thing. But like I say, different. Everyone's different, but you need. I'd say 4's pretty standard.
Yeah, cool. So what? I think last sort of bit then. What memories have you got of North End from both a fan's point of view and a playing point of view? Like, what sticks out? Like, what's your favourite things to look back on? And
my favourite things are when, as a player, it still had the same sort of ethos as when I was a fan.
Yeah.
Like, up to a point, up to probably when Moisey left, that's when it started to feel slightly different to me. And to be nothing, just natural progression. Kenna's mum and dad stopped doing the food. My dad stopped doing a bit of the security. Little things like that. Just a general
people just
evolution of stuff.
Yeah.
Just happened. And it went away from it. Like, just little things changed. Because it was unbelievable, and it was unbelievable because we were successful. Let's be honest. If we'd have been scrapping for relegation every year, it wouldn't have been. It might not have been. So it's easy to look back and say it was brilliant because it was brilliant because we were always going for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just, like I said, it was just a real family ethos to it all.
Yeah.
Like I said, even like the stuff we did at the training ground, we were 90 minutes from the Premier League, and we were all in it together. Like I say, anyone could come into the training ground and be made feel welcome. It was no one thought they were bigger than anyone else.
No one left out.
No, not at all. It was class.
Yeah, that's what you want, though, isn't it? It's definitely what you want. I think we'll call it.
Bro.
Call it a podcast there.
Cool.
So, yeah, thanks for listening to episode 1 of From the Finney Meets with David Lucas. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned because there'll be more episodes of From the Finney Meets coming. We're working on trying to get some things confirmed with some guests, so hopefully we'll have news for you soon. So yeah, stay tuned to the social media. We'll probably be announcing things on there as and when. And if you enjoyed it, please share it away on your social media and with your friends and family. Thanks again for listening.